So next I want to look at is the know, like, trust, the marketing hourglass. And for me, I very much use this. Again, this is quite a key page for you in the booklet that I've given you. For me, this is the guidelines that I use for the content marketing. So you've got a catchy headline. You've got all the emotions that get conjured up when you're trying to target someone that you want to hit upon to make them have a call to action and buy from you. And really what you want to do is you want someone to get to know you. And that's by writing article, ads and referrals. You want someone to like you, so they go onto your website, they see your brand and they think, okay, this looks really good. You want someone to trust you, your lead magnet. You give them a free report, a marketing kit, some type of production, presentation, a tutorial. You get them to try it. Free trials are great for someone to actually try it. You're quite established, so you might not need to do that, but you might want to expand your high-end target audience. It might be something that you think about in terms of, I don't know, some type of upscale consultation. Where you're drumming up your business a lot, both of you, you might offer some type of free consultation, because then you'll have a guinea pig to give you a testimonial reviews. And all the stuff and the advice you're giving, you might say to someone, right, let me work with you to see if we can combat your hormone problems, and then use them as a case study. And you can also create content through them as well. It's helping them, and you're on your way of validating the fact that what you say goes in your field. So even for me with training, that could be webinar, evaluation. So you want to nurture. Then really you want them to get to buy it. Then after they've bought it, you want them to repeat buying it, and you want them to refer you. Just like how you've got the referrals. And there's nothing wrong with you looking at any referrals. You get referrals as well, of offering some type of loyalty schemes of where people are, even for yourself, if you share this article, you can have the chance of winning X. You might even say to me, you know, Natalia, do you want to give some candles away? And you're using it as a competition. Everybody's in a unique position with a unique market, with a unique product and service offering. And all of that has to be taken into consideration for you to be able to come up with the right marketing strategy. It can't just be a one size fits all. It just doesn't exist. It really doesn't. And some of it's trial and error. But no, know, like, trust. Like I said, that's something that's on my notice board as well. That brings me back down to earth a lot when I'm having one of my crazy creative moments, and I think, is that really gonna work? So this is just a checklist. You've got it in your booklets anyway, just to make sure what steps that you're taking towards the marketing hourglass that you're doing them, and it just gives you a structure to put in place. So what I want to come on to next is we're going back into content marketing. So remember I spoke about the funnel, and I'm not sure where my pen is. Oh, thank you. Let's stick with the same colour, blue. And I was saying to you, you're going to have an email come in from leads. You're going to be able to upsell, and this is about liquidating marketing costs. So when you're upselling, it's something of low value, and then you're going to keep working them into your funnel to a higher product, because for each step of the funnel, really, you're building trust and you're increasing your income that's coming in. But what happens to all the people that just signed up for the lead magnet and didn't go on to the upsell for the book that I gave an example for $6.95 for postage and packaging? What happens to the people that bought the book at free postage and packaging and didn't buy the course for a year for their wedding? What happens to the people that didn't buy the package for all the events that they were doing after the wedding? They're all going to be, at somewhere or another, there's certain types of leads. So you've got to keep marketing to those leads. So now, oh yes, one more piece of blank paper. Now what you're going to end up with is a series of email campaigns. So for each step of your funnel, you're going to have a soap opera. So where you got lead emails, they might now be sent offers for the book that they maybe didn't upsell for. And this isn't weekly. You don't want to bombard them. But you're also, while you're going to still be offering them the book with maybe coupon codes and the book at amazing value, you're also going to be giving them valuable content. So they got a free report for their email. So really what you want to create is you're just going to keep alternating maybe every week. Maybe the offer of the book. Actually, the offer of the book could be once a month. But this content is probably going to be weekly. And you're just going to be offering them content of value of, you know, how to get clear skin in 30 days, things you can do, maybe natural products you can use, maybe products that you actually sell in your salon. Just give away some basic tips. And I see tips being like an onion. That's the only way I can describe it, by the way. You don't want to give away too much information. You just want to give away the first layer that leaves someone wanting more. And that's what your email marketing should be about. So you're offering them real content of value, because what you're doing, you're still establishing yourself as an authority and all the things we spoke about, but in email. They signed up for your free tip booklet, whatever the case may be. So they're not going to be surprised to get emails from you. So just keep giving them. Some people even go as far as, if they don't give content of value, they just do like blogs on their life. Like, especially where you're a blogger and the vegan, you know, whether it's that you went to a vegan restaurant and you tried it out, there was an eyeshadow that you tried out, a lipstick that you tried out, a candle that you tried out. You can just talk about your day-to-day life and how your products and services, or even who you met. It might not even have anything to do with what you do. It could just be people that you met, the clients that you had that day, and something that you did. You know, you did a client's hair and you was amazed at the age she was and how little grey hair she had. You know, and it made you realise this is a great impact on, I don't know, the food we eat. I'm really making this up as we go along. But rather than having to rack your brains, if you can't necessarily think of, okay, what newsworthy items would I put in there? Just speak about life. Speak about what you know. Speak about what you enjoy. It literally is as simple as that. And if you haven't got time for it, record it into your phone, send it to a transcriber or someone and get them to write it. Because sometimes it is, I don't enjoy writing, but for me, that's what I do. If I want to know what I'm putting stuff out, I'll literally just have an evening where I'll be like, went to lunch with the girls today, you know, saw loads of lifestyle products, getting some real good inspiration for my next range of candles. Can't wait for the new year, really want to visit China in April. That could be my post that I recorded. Then I would send that to a girl that I've got in Kenya. She would rewrite that into a blog post to me or for my email newsletter. And Bob's Your Uncle, I've now got content for a newsletter. And you could do it. I prefer bulk contenting, by the way. I put content together for like a month and just schedule it rather than doing it week by week. Yeah, because otherwise it can get quite taxing. Then you've got the person that has purchased low value items, so the book, and now they're a first time customer. But they can still be upsold to the year course. So again, you're going to be offering them voucher and codes. But you know, for them to have bought your book, they were more interested in making sure they look and they're the right way for their wedding. So their content's going to be different to the content of the person that just left the lead. Does that make sense? Maybe they were just thinking, if we're basing this around the 1 year package that you sold, maybe they're wanting their partner to propose to them and he hasn't. And that's the reason why they're not in the other part of your funnel. So you've got to be there as a constant reminder. So when the time comes, they're going to use your services. For them to have bought the book, it means that they're definitely interested. So you need to give each customer different types of content to keep them, reminding them that you're there, because not every time you're ready to sell, someone's ready to buy. And we've all got to remember that. I have to remember that constantly. And this is an exercise that in the last year I've gotten a lot better at, by the way. It's not that easy, by the way. They call it, in a digital agency, they call it email architecture. That is how they would describe it. Because what you're doing, and ClickFunnels has got a super duper part of their package where people that are coming through different funnels, they will analyse, give them a score. So they will look at like the validity of their email address. There's a lot of software now that's got the power to tell you whether that person buys products like you, whether they buy a lot. It's called Actionetics, and it would actually give you a score of your customer and what type of customer they are for you. So you're right, you couldn't have described it better on the cruise ship. If you've got a shop and your online social media pages or your online website is no different to you having a physical shop, within your day, think about it, you get all different types of customers. The person that wants the direct information, the young person that's hardly got no money to spend but still wants to go in here, the person that's asking you constantly, how much is this, how much is that, another person that wants everything, doesn't even ask you about cost and just wants to know it. So if you think about a shop and how many customers you've got, digital marketing is no different. So email marketing gives you the power to talk different languages and have a different style of communication to each different customer type. And even though people are saying, oh, you know, email marketing's declined, it's not the way to do business. No, you can't just send a weekly email, generic e-letter out. Yeah, it just doesn't work. What you've got to think is how many different audiences I've got, what have they bought from me, are they a lead, are they a customer? So you've got to adapt your style of communication and what you're putting in that email to the different lists. So what happens in a software is that you've got softwares called, I use Aweber. So if you did a free demonstration on this is my favourite and this is what I really like to use. With Aweber, you are able to structure, so ClickFunnels talks to Aweber. In fact, most software applications will talk to Aweber. And this is where it gets a bit technical, but as you get into this, you'll understand what I need. You've got a software called Zapier. Zapier will connect anything to anything, so softwares talk to each other, basically. It's a low fee per monthly. So Aweber will talk to ClickFunnels. It will talk to Infusionsoft. That's another software that you can use for all digital marketing. So when your leads are being emptied out, they're going to Aweber, but they're going to a relevant mailing list. So to give you an example, when I show you my how to start your own cleaning business, if you just did my free course, you'd go into one email box, one email stream. If you just did the first foundation course, you're going to another email list. If you did my commercial, you're going to another email list. And if you did both, you're going to another email list. Actually, I've forgotten one, the one in the beginning. Had you just left your details, you've not even done the free tutorial, you would go into another email list. So I've got 5 pieces of communication going out every single week to different audiences. And that's where email marketing has changed. So everything has become a little bit more complex, but don't let it overwhelm you. The technology, the software that I'm talking about, once you get up and going with this stuff, it can be a bit draining and truthful for about the first month. But once you understand it, and you've got it, something will click. And that is when I would say to start outsourcing, because now you understand where it works, how it works. So even for me, I offer digital marketing services for people, but I prefer this method because I prefer they understand what I know what I'm doing, because then now it's just fun for everyone. Now our main concentration is making you some money and turning your budget into money. Whereas opposed to what happens with a lot of people, they don't understand how all this stuff works, and they'll just go to someone, whether it be the SEO digital agency, and say, make this happen. I just need to have social presence. If I've got £1 for any time I hear that, I just need to have a social media presence. I'm not the person for you, because you've got to understand the strategy behind it. If you've not put the right strategy in place, you can go, what happened to me in the beginning, what happened to you? You'll end up spending money and not getting the return on investment because you don't understand the strategy that you've put together. And there is no agency or person that can put your strategy together because you are your business. Nobody can do it for you apart from you, because you understand what it is that you're doing. So it's key that you do have to understand all of this. So as much as people say email marketing is a growing decline, it's declining, it doesn't work, totally disagree. As you can see, it's just become really a lot more complex. So I know for me, I could be looking for a flight and then I'll keep getting emails saying it's gone down, it's gone up. If I've already booked a flight, I then get an email saying, do you want airport car parking? Do you want the airport lounge? It knows what I've done. It's tracking me. So the email marketing has its own funnel within itself, to tell you the truth. So email marketing, main purpose, to send a series of program messages after an event. Usually subscription list or purchase based, can be personalised. Again, Aweber does all this stuff for you. Really, when you collect an email address, I always collect a name because you want your emails to be personalised. So even when you're putting your landing pages together, it's not just email, I'll collect name as well. Mobile number will generally make people think, do I want to fill this out? Because it's quite personal and you're only just building a relationship with someone. Broadcast messages. So another thing that I can do is my online cleaning course, for instance, the free one, I can send broadcasts out to do the upscale to the paid one. Or I might decide that, you know what, I'm going to have a 72 crazy hour sale where I'm going to sell my cleaning course, the commercial one, for instance, for just £67. That's what I'm doing at the moment. But I don't want to sell that course for £67 to the people that have already done it. And if you've got one big mailing list, that's what's going to happen. You don't want to keep selling the same wedding package to people that have already bought it. It makes you look unprofessional and you don't actually know who your customer is. And that's when people will start hitting unsubscribe. So that's why it's important to separate the lists. You can use marketeerchoice.co.uk for a suite of tools like autoresponders, shopping carts, people that want to get into affiliate management where you're actually getting customers on behalf of other people and making commission from it. So Marketer's Choice is just a good tool to give you different softwares. But don't get overwhelmed with the software. Just stick to something you know how to use. I'm not one of those people. Aweber works really well for me. In the e-commerce site, I said to you, I use Shopify. Use whatever is good for you to use. I can't stress that enough, because you need to use something that's user-friendly that you can understand. The minute you use a software just because I said so and you can't get your head around, the amount of time, especially like if it's from men, sorry, and they'll tell me about some great software, it's really techie, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the screen and it's looking back at me, and I'm thinking, this is not user-friendly. So you've got to use something to what your ability is. So I'm not one of those people that will say use this. MailChimp is absolutely free, you can use, and you can see Aweber's there, iContact. There's loads out there, just do the free trials. So the aim really, as I've said, is to build relationships with automated emails. So the people that didn't enter your funnel, you're not upselling to, you're still trying to create relationships with them, and you're still trying to upsell them into your funnel. You're still trying to establish yourself as an authority with them. For whatever reason at that time they weren't ready to buy, but you need to put you at the forefront of their minds. When they are ready to buy, they go to you and not anyone else in your area. Affiliate products is just affiliate marketing. Some people, if they're good at selling products online, they might sell similar products for other people and organisations and work off the commission basis. So within your booklet, again, you can go through this afterwards. It's just autoresponders, content and tips for what you would put in the emails, because this is very much personal and specific to what you're doing. Everybody's is going to be completely different. And I would say one of the last things that I want to look at, and then I want to go into social media, is the website pop-in and opt-ins. So for the email addresses, even though you can have a funnel and someone might have opted in for a lead and left their email, you've also got the opportunity on your website when someone first logs onto it to actually have a pop-up box, or to get a free voucher, they've got to enter their email there. That's something that all of you should have on your website or somewhere on your blog page, definitely. I mean, the blog page is more content driven, so you might not want it flashing up at you constantly, because obviously you're not driving sales, but somewhere on your page, does that make sense? There should be some call to action or a reason why people are leaving their details. Because if the internet ever failed one day and social media failed, and all you've got is your followers, where are they? I don't think people realise how valuable email addresses actually are. I give away 20% on the first order, like for a voucher code, just for leaving their email address on N&N Gifts for the candles. That's how much to me their lead is worth. Because they might not have bought the candle when they first go on my site, but if I keep marketing to them, one day that person will eventually become a customer. You hope. So increasing visits per year, new products, new pricing. There's just so many things. If you've got someone's email address, you can do company news. If you've got new team members, special incentives, free bonus gifts, just sending out humour, making someone laugh, the emotion side of it again, comment on topical items of what's going through. So just by sending out email alerts, it will increase your visits per year from the people whose details that you collected, because you're constantly sending them something. Again, no overdrive.